Here's why the London Marathon is an absolutely fantastic race. I just got back last night and I've been writing down all the reasons why I love this experience so much. A little bit of background about me. This was my seventh marathon. I've run New York City Marathon 4 times, although a long time ago. And more recently, I ran the Disney World Marathon twice. And this was my first time running the London Marathon. And I am so glad I did it. So first of all, if you haven't been to London, it's an amazing city. It's a great place to be, even if there's not a marathon happening. There's a lot of great theater, food, museums. There's tons of stuff to do. You can walk around, you can shop. I love the city of London. And when you're there on marathon weekend, it feels like the whole city is rooting you on. There are tons of people out there cheering you on. The stores are decorated for the marathon. It really feels like you're part of something big when you're in the city on marathon weekend. And I absolutely love that. Now, as for the event itself, it is a very well organized event, one of the best organized races I've ever been a part of. After you register, you're going to start getting emails from the race organizer, and they're going to make everything super clear. They tell you exactly what you need to know when, and they give you lots of good tips along the way. And then closer to the race, you're going to get a PDF participant guide that has tons of very clear information, more than you could ever need to know. But even if you don't read through everything, when you show up to the expo or when you show up on race day, there's a clear logical flow to everything. Everything is clearly labeled, there's big signs, and there's tons of helpful staff there to help you figure things out. So all in all, very well organized race. I never felt like I didn't know what was going on, and I felt really well taken care of, and I felt like they really knew what they were doing. Another thing I really liked about the London Marathon is the merchandise. So New Balance is the official partner for merchandise, so for apparel and shoes for the London Marathon, and the stuff they made was so cool. This sweatshirt I'm wearing was one of the things I bought, and I bought a lot. I bought this, I bought a t-shirt, I bought a jacket, I bought some racing singlets. All of it I loved. It looked great, and I wanted to buy more, but I was just trying to be a little bit sensible about it. The stuff there was it was really popular stuff, and there's a huge store after you get your bib, and then you can order stuff online too. There's plenty of inventory, lots of different interesting styles and colors. I thought out of all the races I've ever done, this had the best merch I've ever seen. The next thing I liked about the London Marathon is the course itself. The course doesn't have any major hills that you have to climb up, so it's pretty flat. There's a bit of a downhill in the beginning to kind of get you off at a fast start. And all along the course, you see lots of interesting landmarks like Cutty Sark, Big Ben, the Big Eye, the London Eye, sorry. And you see, Buckingham Palace is kind of where you finish the race. It is really cool. And basically, most of the race course, there are tons of people out there cheering for you, and they are cheering their hearts out. There is so much spirit on the course. There's entertainment, there's bands, there's, performances happening. It is absolutely insane how many people come out to cheer you on. So it is just like a ton of fun on the course. And as you're running the race, when you're on the course, the other runners are actually a great part about it too. Everyone is out there cheering you on the sidelines, but then you're all cheering each other on. And a lot of these runners are running for a meaningful cause, or they're wearing some fun costume. It's a big celebration among the runners as well. And that sort of like positive runner spirit was like really pervasive the entire weekend. I also just think the sheer size of this event means that the hype is unavoidable. And I mentioned it, like whether you're walking around London and you're seeing in the store shops that there's big, celebrations for marathon runners, or after the race, people are walking around and you're getting free stuff with your medal, you're riding the tube for free. And there's just like so much hype going on around this whole race while you're there. It really makes you feel like you're part of something huge. It's a really unmatched feeling. It's really, really exciting. So being a part of something so big is so, so cool. Another thing that works really well is the race timing and tracking. The app actually worked pretty well. My friends and family were effectively able to track me live the whole way. When I opened up the app after I finished my race, my result was right there. There was no issues. I think I've done so many races where the app is crashing or the data is very delayed. But with this, all the information was coming through really quickly. I was tracking some other friends running the race, and while I was running on my Apple Watch, I was able to see how they were doing along the way, which I thought was pretty cool. So they've got that dialed in, and I think that's awesome. So those are the main reasons that I absolutely loved the London Marathon. Now, if you've run the London Marathon, I want to hear what your favorite parts about it were. And if you've never run the London Marathon, I cannot recommend it enough. Go and try to get in there. I know it's hard to register, but if you can run it, if you have the opportunity to run it, absolutely take the chance. Catch you later.